Now, joining us on the program right now, I am thrilled to have with us State Senator Russell Pierce from the great state of Arizona, the State Senate President. And, Senator, thank you for your time tonight.
You betcha. Thank you.
Last week, the State Senate, Senate Bill 1201, passed out by a vote of 21-8. This is a major piece of legislation in Arizona. It does a lot of things. Can you tell us what exactly the bill does?
You betcha. I mean, it does a lot of stuff. And first of all, this is on top of last year. We passed out and expanded the Castle Doctrine and defense, justice, defense bill, and then also the freedom to carry bill, the elimination of the need to get permission from government to carry a concealed weapon.
Yes, sir.
And a couple of those were my bills, including the freedom to carry bill. So this is a great move forward. And now we're going to take it just a step farther again. I don't know part of the Constitution people don't understand. The Second Amendment says government shall not infringe upon one's right to bear arms. But we have them all over this nation where we think it's our job to regulate good guys. And you said it well. Bad guys are called bad guys for a reason. They're bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
They don't follow the law. Every time we pass laws who restrict as good guys, we create these no defense zones. And we put citizens at risk. And like I told them the other day on the floor, they don't have a right. And I understand some of these folks are well-meaning, but they ignore the Constitution and my rights when they do this. We have laws against bad guys. You can't keep passing laws against good guys. And again, when seconds are critical and seconds are at issue, police are only minutes away. We have a personal responsibility for our own safety. And that's what 1201 does. It just pretty much removes the inability on campus carry and other places where you no longer can tell me I can't carry a gun if I'm a legal, lawful citizen, and especially if I've got a concealed weapon permit. I can carry these weapons where I need to carry them. In government buildings, you can take them away there, but you must have a locker. If you're going to impede with my constitutional liberties, then lock it up. If you don't have a locker and security, it's not a secure building,
mm-hmm.
then you may not have the right to take my firearm from me.
All right. What do you think the chances are of Senate Bill 1201 in the House side?
Well, I think it's very good. I think the votes are there. Clearly, we had every Republican, and we have a supermajority in both the House and the Senate, and we had every single Republican vote for this bill on the Senate side, and it's moving over to the House, and I suspect we'll have votes to spare over in the House.
All right. Now, I've got to ask you, Senator, while we've got you here, I don't know if you've been following the story that CBS News has been reporting about this ATF operation Fast and Furious that apparently was based out of Phoenix, where ATF agents were told by their superiors to allow suspicious sales of firearms to take place in your state and then allow those firearms to pass over the border into Mexico and into the hands of the drug cartels down there. Obviously, we've heard a lot of talk at the federal level about the need for more gun control laws and more restrictions on gun sellers in Arizona and other states. Have you heard about this story, first of all, and what's your reaction to this?
Well, disappointing to say the least. I mean, and they continue to play this game, and we have one of the most aggressive administrations ever in the usurpation of our God-given rights. And so it is a dangerous thing. But I don't know what their agenda would be to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's outrageous. We know that they love to blame the United States for the weapons supply for Mexico. The drug cartels, as you know, over 31,000 homicides in the last 4 years in that drug war down there. But the truth is, many of these weapons that they have down there, AK-47s, are made in Russia and China and other places. They're not made or sold in the United States. So they continue to play this game, and I'm not familiar. I'm familiar with the story in general, but I'm not familiar with the detail. I know that the agent who exposed it made it very clear that he was told virtually to stand down while he knew these illegal transactions were taking place and weapons being moved across the border in Mexico. It kind of baffles my mind as to why they would allow that. But you're right. It's pretty sad. It is centered out of Arizona, I understand.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we'll be talking with Senator Chuck Grassley on Wednesday's program, and NRA ILA Executive Director Chris Cox tomorrow. So, Senator, I'd encourage you to tune in and get more details on this case.
Oh, you betcha, and I appreciate it. And just in passing, I want to appreciate, at least give my thanks to those folks, the NRA and Citizens Defense League, and folks that are vigilant in the defense of our freedoms. We're probably at one of the most tender times in our nation, as we have an administration who on a regular basis assaults freedom-loving people with their attempts to control speech, to control property, to aid and abet the unions, and destruction of the free market, and it's just pretty disappointing. So I'm grateful for those folks who are vigilant in the defense of freedom, who stay vigilant, and that's Governor Walker in his effort to control what's going on in Wisconsin and Arizona as we continue to move forward more freedom. And you guys have played an intricate part in that here in Arizona. And I work very close with the NRA, Citizens Defense League, and other freedom-loving folks. So I want to first of all say thank you. God bless you. And again, the loss of freedom is never more than a generation away, and so we must stay vigilant.
Absolutely. Senator, thank you so much for coming on the program, sir. I look forward to doing this again soon.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, bunches.